We made it. We made it to year one. We are here. I'm excited. I can't wait to tell you literally everything that's been happening. Uh, we got like a little brief summary, Q&A coming up, some pictures. I'm excited. Where do we start? As everybody knows, when I was 18, I wanted to get the surgery, and everybody kept telling me, no, don't do it. You know, you're too young. You might get them later. Wait till you have kids. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. You don't know I have a kid. Boobs went away. So of course my 30th birthday came. I had a party. I wore an outfit, which I'll insert. And it was very cute. Custom made, beautiful outfit. But I felt like a girl child. Like I didn't feel like a grown up. So my 31st birthday came and I put another dress on that I've worn before and never thought nothing of it. But this time I wore it and I was like, what is this? Like, why are we like this? Okay. So maybe a couple days later, I call Spectrum Aesthetics and I'm like, let's get this show on the road. And now we're here. 1 year in. The boobs are here. Thank God. So, me personally, I think this journey has been pretty normal. Like I personally don't feel like a lot of things have changed. Outfit wise, absolutely, because it's giving what I wanted to give from the start. So it definitely worked out for the best. But I don't think much has changed with me as a person. Physically, no. Like I don't know. But basically that's basically what happened. That's basically why I got the surgery and why we are celebrating 1 year. 1 year. Oh my God. 1 year. So someone asked me, is there anything that I wish that I knew prior to the surgery or even after the surgery? And I have a few. If you see me looking down, so I'm looking at my laptop because it has all my stuff in front of me. I did a lot of research before going, because one, I was scared. Two, I've seen people go to this spectrum aesthetics, but they weren't getting the same thing. So I needed to see other people's views, but they were going to other places. So it was like I didn't really have experience or listening to somebody experience with, you know, what breast augmentation was like for spectrum aesthetics. So that's why I made the channel to begin with. What I wish I knew was that you need a car. If you're going to go, hear me out, hear me clearly. If you're going to go out of town to do a surgery, to do anything, to be honest, but if you're going to go out of town to do a surgery, I'm suggesting that you get a car service. Somebody who drives you around the entire time that you're out there, or go with people that drive. Now, when I mean get a car service, I mean like find a dude or a lady that you have from the time you get there to the time you leave. That's the only driver that you have, and you just pay them a certain amount of money and we're good to go. Or go with people that already know how to drive. You can rent a car. Now, do I regret going to the person that I went with? Absolutely not. The only thing I wish we would have had was a car. And I didn't know how to drive until now, so that's like pointless. But for future, if anyone is going out of town to do that, I suggest you go with people that could drive, or you just get a car service. What else I have? I wish I knew that your time wasn't actually your time. So what I mean by that is my appointment was at 1 o'clock, but I didn't get seen and brought to the back until around 6, 7. So you have to go in there with the anticipation of, or with knowing that you're not going to be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the back. Like, that's not how that's going to work. you're probably going to be sitting in the back in a robe for a good 4 or 5 hours prior to actually going in the back and doing your actual surgery. So that's something that I wish I would have known prior to, even though you should know, because, you know, doctor's appointments are kind of like that. But I figured it was different due to it being surgery and the place that we was at, whatever. So just don't assume because your appointment is at 1, you're going to be going into surgery at 2. Just understand that you might be there for 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours before you actually are seen. What else? Oh, something I wasn't prepared for. I was not prepared for seeing other females that had other surgeries. For example, there was a lot of girls that got BBLs. Not shitting on the BBL girls. I'm just saying there was a lot of girls that had BBLs. And you're walking into a waiting room with girls that are leaning over the chair. You see, you know, trigger warning. You see blood on their legs, on their fajas, on their back, on their stomachs, on their leg. Like, it's everywhere. But it's like stains. It's not like dripping on the floor. You know what I'm saying? But you see those things. And if you're a squeamish person, you're going to be like, what the fuck? What is that? That's the only thing I did not know, like, that was going to happen. I was just like, what the hell? And it was so many. So I just was like, look at bing, 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 bing. What is that? So that was something I did not expect. And if you're going to a plastic surgery place, just be prepared for seeing other people, because people were looking at me like, what the fuck did she get done? And I'm like, oh, I just got boobs. Like, that's what I came here for. So be prepared for that. Yeah. And you're gonna see drains too, like the drains coming out of their body. Stuff you don't think is gonna happen, but you see it. So I'm just prepare yourself for that. And yeah, I think, oh, also the your body stretching. Now remember, I had a kid, so I should know this, right? When your body stretches, it itches. So because my body is still getting used to having breasts, they still itch. My skin still stretches and they itch. So that's really what I wasn't prepared for, the itching, because I don't want to do that. That don't seem fun. Questions. Now, some of these questions were asked to me in person. Some of them were through like older videos that I posted that people are watching, so they're asking questions. So let's get right into it. So the first question is, why did I get them so small? Now, I'm about 125 pounds. Last year I was 117. So and I'm short. I'm like 5'5". So I'm not a tall person. So I wanted something that fit my size, that wasn't ginormous, but also wasn't what I had. I never wanted gigantic boobs. I just wanted boobs that could fit into certain shirts. So I personally don't think I got them really small. I think when people hear the word breast augmentation, people assume that you go to like D's or double D's, but I went to a C cup because I'm tall, I'm tiny. I didn't want nothing big. So me personally, it was about size, as far as like my height, my weight, how stupid I would look if I had a double D, leaning over like a dumbass, trying to have big boobs when that wasn't ever the plan. So that's really why I got them so small. How do they feel, and do they feel real? It's a drastic change from first week to 6 weeks to now, even down to 6 months. They feel real. I don't know how real I can get with that, without my video being taken down, but they feel like real boobs. Like, they're soft, like real boobs. They move, they jump. If I bounce up and down, they bounce with me. So I'm gonna tell you why shopping was so hard for me. So I told you before, I'm used to buying a certain size, and when it was down to buying the new size, I didn't even know really what size I was, because when you're doing a breast augmentation, you don't say I want a 34 this or a 32 this. That's not how it goes. So when I said I wanted 300 cc's, it was kind of a touch and go. Like, I would have to find out what that was. So of course I had to get resized and things like that, and that's when I figured out what size I was, which I am now a 32C. Now, remember in the old video I told you that I wound up finding one of my bras while I was cleaning up. Educational purposes only. But do you see how small? Like, remember I told you it was thin, 2 clips. Look at that, 2 clips. That's all it was. And this is a 32 double A, I believe, or A. Yeah, 32A. But this is like super cushiony. You know, it's a small cup. Now, these are my new bras. These are my new bras. Do you see how thick this is? And it's 3 big clicks in the back, and then you have like an additional thing. These are not things I'm used to. So when it was shopping for bras, it was a little shocking, because I'm like, what if they don't fit? And I just bought the wrong size, and I bought them in bulk. But it wanted to be in the right size, so we're all good here. But at first it was very hard to shop for them, because I didn't know what I was looking for. Even sometimes there's a lot of bras that have like 32 this, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's like 32M. I don't know what that is. I'm learning. But as far as bra shopping now, like I get it. I did mess up my first batch of bras by drying them, because I didn't know. But I know now. So bras are touch and go. Next question. Are you worried about implant sickness? No. Not that it's not a thought, because it is. But I'm not, it's not like my focal thing. Like, I hope I don't get sick. It's not a worry of mine. Because you can get sick whether you have silicone or saline. So it's possible either way. I don't know. I just kind of take care of myself, and I go to the doctor, and I hope it doesn't happen. Oh, that's I don't know. Wasn't thinking about that. Has there been any negative comments or talks? Of course. I don't know if you guys played the game. It's like an app, NGL or something like that. It's basically like anonymous, and people can anonymously say things. And that's when everybody decided that they were going to, let me not say everybody, because I did find out who it was, but they wanted to say how my boobs were botched and like how they were fake. And to me, I don't think those are negative comments, because these are something that was out in the open. So me having my breasts done wasn't a secret. So, and they look great. So I don't know what botched job I got, but as far as that, yeah. But other than that, not too many negative comments. And not that I could care either. I look great. So, okay. Did I lose confidence or did I gain confidence? A bit of both. At first, I was a little insecure, because I thought, like, again, I'm not used to having breasts. So when I was taking pictures, my breast being the focal point of the picture was weird to me at first. After talking to my friends who've had boobs their entire life, they're like, get used to it, my nigga. Like, it's gonna happen. Then I was like, oh, okay. So, especially now, since it's summer and I've been able to wear certain outfits, I'm wearing certain dresses. Yeah, definitely boosted my confidence a bit. But it hasn't changed who I am. So that's the good part. Can you go braless? Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, now I do. Now I'm braless a lot. Probably Should I be braless as much as I am? Probably not. But I do also wear, I found these Nautica sports bras that I wear that feels more like a tank top opposed to a compressing bra. So I wear those when I, go to bed, so I know, like, okay, well, at least we're not hanging free. But when I do wear outfits or like I'm going out and it doesn't require me to wear bra, no, I go braless. So maybe I shouldn't be as braless, but yes, I do braless. Have there been things that you weren't expecting? Boob sweat. The amount of sweat my boobs accumulate is insane, and no one warned me. No one gave me a heads up to say, hey, you're gonna have sweaty boobs. And it's not just like, oh, okay, you sweat. It's like trickling water drops. I don't like it. Again, that might be something I gotta get used to, but not a fan of it at all. Don't, and I'm not flying through the questions, but these are pretty like easy answered questions. So just, do you sleep? Does your sleeping pattern go back to normal? Yeah, I sleep on my stomach like nobody's business. I do catch myself sleeping back on my side sometimes, but for the most part, I am on my stomach. It's kind of like they're not there, but they are there. So I don't feel like before, when I was so petrified of doing it, that it would rupture. Now it's like I sleep normal. I sleep like I normally would sleep. So to me, I sleep perfectly fine now. I am not afraid to sleep, basically. Is there a moment where you miss your old boobs? Never. Never. Like never. Not never. I see old pictures and I go, oh God, I wish I could wear that now because, so no, I don't miss the old boobs in no way, shape, or form. No. Ooh. Has sex changed? Yes. Mom, if you're watching, sorry. Dad, if you're watching, don't. I used to be super insecure, so I'll keep my shirt on, I'll keep my bra on. I would keep things on because I didn't want you to touch them. Don't touch them. Don't do anything. Now, free ball. Like, you have free range to do as you please. That was the G-rated version of has sex changed. So yes, it has. I was not was it all worth it? Absolutely. I wouldn't freaking change anything that happened. I wouldn't change the process. I wouldn't change the healing process. I wouldn't change anything. Like literally everything was absolutely worth it, and I got exactly what I wanted in the end. And if anything, I've gotten more than what I expected, if that makes any sense. Do you still have a fear of rupturing? 50-50. Some days it's not a thought, and then if I lay a certain way, it'll, the thought will pop back in my head. But other than that, not the fears I used to have. Let's do that. It wasn't the fear that I used to have. The fear that I used to have used to be like 1,000, and now I think my brain has computed that we are attached to this, so we're fine. I think this is the last question. Yeah, this is the last question. Does your scars look the same? No, I don't. Okay, they're not gone. So let me not say, oh, they're gone. No, they are really, really light though. I want to say maybe in the next year or two, they'll either be completely gone or they'll still be the same. I really don't know. Like, it's a scar at the end of the day. But again, this is not a scar that you see. Like, I can walk around completely in a nude and you wouldn't even know that there was a scar there. So, I think they're the same. I don't think they've gotten any darker, no. But I don't think they're going to disappear. I don't think they're going to completely go away, to be perfectly honest with you. I've also gotten this question too. Not question, but when people find out that I gotten them done, they're super shocked. Like it bugs them out. But it's because they look as as natural as possible, which was the plan. Someone asked me, is it uncomfortable when people ask if they can touch? No, it's not uncomfortable. No man has asked, which is great. My female friends, at random times of the day, like I said, they just come, they smush, they squish, they push. But again, I'm not worried about it, nor am I bothered by it. It's actually really funny because I think they are still trying to figure out how, like, because it don't feel like it, it don't look like it, so how, which is hilarious to me. But the only thing, like, as far as advice wise, what I could say with the 1 year is just, everybody's process is different. Everybody's healing journey is different. So although mine was kind of smooth sailing, don't go in thinking that you're gonna have the greatest healing process, because you might not. Like, you might feel like shit afterwards. You might be taking every pill that they give you. You might sleep all the time. You might be in pain all the time. Like, everybody's pain tolerance is different. Everybody's experience is different. I only can tell you my own. Am I getting any prior surgeries? I'm done. I think this is it. This is good. This is exactly where I needed to be. The girls do what the girls were meant to do to begin with, and I am beyond happy about it. So yeah, 1 year hasn't really did too much. Not too much has changed. They're normal. They're back where they're supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be the last video on the breasts, because the process was the whole point of it was to show the process. So the beginning, the middle, the ending, and we're at 1 year already. So it's like nothing can change. Unless there's something that drastically changes from now until then, you'll get a video. But until then, I think the breast videos are done. I've always answered questions in the comments, so I have no problem. If you have any questions, just ask them. If you are getting your breasts done, please watch the entire series so you can just kind of see what I went through, my process, my thoughts, my feelings on it. And if you are getting it done, I wish you the best of luck. Take my tricks and my trades and my tips and use them to your advantage, because you're going to need these things. Do not overbuy stuff if you don't need it. Take your time and just have a great support system at the end of it all. So this concludes the first year, and I just want to thank everybody for rocking with me and watching the videos and writing me and telling me, like, everything that you guys gone through, and just knowing that I helped somebody is pretty much all I really care for. This is not the last you're going to see of me. I do have a podcast coming up, so I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to put the podcast on this channel or make a whole new channel. But I think I might just use this one since I already have a platform on here. And my podcast is just basically me talking shit, which is normally what I do on Instagram, but I'm deciding to take it to the YouTube. Okay? So just look out for it. It's called It's Not Clicking, and look out for it. It'll probably be out mid-September, beginning of October. I'm working on it here, okay? But it's gonna be really fun, and I hope you guys tune in, and hopefully we gain some newbies. But until then, I love you. Thank you for supporting me, and goodbye.